Stay still, darling. We're almost done. Oh, I'm sure you'll enjoy that. Oh, God. You always have to be so bloody difficult. It's almost impossible for me to get anything done around here. Oh, good evening. Welcome to the Asylum. I'm your host, Dr. Chase Love. And I was just doing a little trepanning of a friend of mine's skull. And I just thought, maybe I'll go live for a little while on Friday the 13th and see what's what. And if you're wondering what Horrorween is, well, it's really quite simple. I am a lover of horror movies and all things dark, gothic, sexual, give or take. And this is my little show I do for the second year now, every October, every Friday, until Halloween. And it just so happens that this Halloween, we were lucky enough to be blessed with a Friday the 13th. And if you're staying in so you can be safe from all of the horrible things that could happen to you on a Friday the 13th, especially at night, well, then I'm glad you're my date. As you can see, I had a friend here earlier. I don't know if you can get all of that, but we had a little bit of a mistake. My chainsaw took a little bit more off the top than I was anticipating. And don't mind the camera. That's my legs, my long, gorgeous legs, kicking the, the table in front of me. Last week, I posted the show, actually on Monday, on my YouTube channel from last week. So you can check that out at youtube.com/chasemebaby. And I had a really fun time, but it has been almost 5 years since I've been live. So I'm just starting to warm up to the idea. What's shaking? Maybe me later, darling. Maybe me later. We'll see. If you're a good boy. But, you know, I am a professional doctor. As you can see, I was quite busy earlier trepanning someone's skull and trying to, you know, help them ease the pain of life. Because as you know, it's very difficult times for all of us. There's hurricanes and deadly fires, which, by the way, if you're in California right now, how are you watching this? Because isn't California completely on fire at this moment? I've seen so much horrible footage of what is happening there. I am not there. I'm in an undisclosed location at a mental institution, as you can see behind me. Oh, that's one of my patients. She didn't make it. Didn't Mexico have like 2 earthquakes, I think, or Chile had one too? So we've got a lot going on, and I don't want to think about that. After all, there is one man on my mind this evening, and, well, you know that sound. I don't believe in being cliche enough to sit there on a Friday the 13th and watch a Friday the 13th movie, because I've already done that, I don't know, 1 billion times since I was like 10. So for those of you who are doing it, I'm not shaming you. You can enjoy doing that. But I'm going to watch something about, possession. And do not worry, because I have my rosary beads with me. Well, if you're afraid this Friday the 13th and all of this Halloween, and you would like to join me in prayer, we can do that now. Hail Mary, full of grace, blah, 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 blah. Hail Mary, Hail Mary, Hail Mary, Hail Mary. It's just such a long and tedious process to count all of those. And then, you know, O Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom full of come. What else shall be done on earth as it is in heaven? Give us today my daily bread. See, By red, I mean blood, of course. See, I went to Catholic school. I'm a good girl, Daddy. I am parched, so I could use a good glass of red. Darling, have you met my lover? Would you like to meet my lover? Oh, thank you, darling. 22, Vietnamese, female. Yes. Delicious. Would you like to meet my lover? Come on. Come on. Okay. Here he comes. Here's my lover. Just come right here, darling. So, hello. So I want to tell you a story about how we met. Isn't he beautiful, by the way? Isn't he not the most gorgeous creature you've ever seen? I mean, aside from me, of course. Well, I want to tell you a little story about how we met. So, I was driving. It was a dark and stormy night, right? And rain, thunder, lightning. Tires blew out on my car. And I pulled over to the side of the road and I was deep in the woods. And lucky for me, I came across this giant mansion hidden away in the woods. So I made my way through the muddy, stormy night over to this giant wooden door. And I knocked. And when the door opened, wouldn't you know it, there was a doctor standing there. He was a German man. And he said, "Would you like to come in?" I don't know how to do a German accent, but that's what he said. And so I came in, and he had a beautiful, gorgeous home with a giant fireplace. He offered me something to eat and dry clothing, and he insisted that I had a full stomach. In fact, the 2 nights I stayed there, he almost practically force-fed me. It was like he wanted my stomach to explode. So anyway, he told me he was going to be having some guests over and that he'd like me to stay upstairs in my room for the next 2 nights, and he'd send me things. And although that was nice, I really needed to get home. So I tried my best, but I snuck around and got a good look around the mansion. And you wouldn't be surprised, but it was kind of filthy and very dark and dank. And he did have some company over. In fact, he had a few ladies doing a choo-choo train and right in front of the fireplace. For some reason, they were connected mouth to anus. I didn't understand. It's not my thing. But so anyway, I found my way down to the basement where he had a fully stocked surgical suite. Wasn't that? Yeah. And it was fantastic. And I loved it. And wouldn't you know, over in a corner, in a cage, just yanking on his little stick, there he was. The love of my life. Oh, no, darling. No, darling. No, not here. Not on camera. Here, why don't you go over in the corner and you can take care of that yourself. Thank you, darling. Thank you, darling. He gets so excited when I talk about how we met. It's, best day of his life. I promise you that. Last season, if you want to call it these seasons, last time I did Horrorween, I just did it through my Instagram and my Snapchat, and I was reviewing the most recent Friday the 13th, which was abysmal. But I always suggest to people, watch the first one. The fourth one is okay. And if you can stomach those two, you can watch all of them. The second one's good too. But I just had my lover come here for me. Can you bring me some more wine, darling? We'll call it wine. But I will tell you that blood has very good regenerative qualities. And you'd never believe that I just turned 115 the other day. Okay, so with that being said, I think I covered everything. Darling, did I cover everything? Did I cover everything? Should I cover more? No, you're such a darling man. Why don't you go get in the cage and I'll meet you in a few minutes. Okay? Good boy. For those of you who are new to my world, you can check out my YouTube channel, youtube.com/chasemebaby, and I'll be posting all kinds of things, especially for this Horrorween. And I will put together a compilation video of all the outside stuff I do that has nothing to do with filming this live show, but it has everything to do with Halloween, horror, glamour, and things of that nature. Okay.
Get the motherfucker!
Girl, turn around. What are you doing? Becky. Just kidding. Ugh. Oh, no. Oh, yes. Yeah. Yeah. Happy Halloween.